Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Dapper Ds. I'm Dippy.
I'm Dadley, and we have guests.
And this is the only
Hi.
show where Donald has split his good and bad, his good brain and his evil brain into 2 parts. And they are here with us today. Say hello.
I'm the evil brain cell. Hello.
I'm a little ways between.
You're hugging a red panda.
You are exactly.
Fair. Very fair.
Venom takes
So
up a
today-
majority of my decor.
And welcome back
Valid.
to what was going to be something, but is now something else. The finale.
It's just Dapper Ween.
The finale to Dapper Ween on the day before Halloween. A very special Halloween special of Kids on Brooms. We have
Yes!
we have today with us LostChaos and StealthyChaos from 2 of our other shows, Inquisition and Crossroads, here today to play for you, with Dadley being our lovely game master for Kids on Brooms. You've seen Kids on Brooms before. Dadley's run Kids on Brooms on this channel for Dapperween last year, and it was really, really fun. We decided we were going to do that again. It was going to be for something, but now it's not. It's really just fine. We don't have to keep bringing it up.
It's for us.
It's for us.
Because we
Also-
want to.
Also, Dono says I took the dumb brain and kept it with me to go party.
Took the dumb brain and kept it with me to go party. That's brilliant. So Dono is obviously not in the meeting with us today. He is celebrating his children's birthday. His child's birthday, more specifically.
Has it been a minute yet?
Son.
Yes.
We don't even have to worry about that anymore.
Instead, you get our beautiful asses. So
Yep.
Incredible. So, you may know LostChaos as Burke from Inquisition, and you may know StealthyChaos as Walker, aka Avery from Crossroads, but today they join us, and I will be the 3rd player in this ensemble of Kids on Brooms.
I think
You're pointing the other way. You're pointing to an empty corner. There you go, right there. So,
yeah, I've ran Dapper Ween before. I'm really excited. Before we get into it, we have to always shout out W.GG, helping us with these long nights of prepping for anything that might be happening, whether it is a one-shot or anything else.
or trick-or-treating.
Or trick-or-treating late at night. W.GG is just an energy supplement that you mix into your water. It is very tasty. It's great. If you use the code ANIPOD, ANIPOD, at checkout, you get a percentage off.
10%.
10% off.
off.
Thank you, Dippy. As well as thank you to Lo-Fi Girl for the Halloween Lo-Fi. I'm gonna be sad that it's going tomorrow. I love the Halloween Lo-Fi to pieces.
Check out the YouTube link up here to go support their channel and to use their streams for your own stuff, as long as you give them a shout.
Yep. And then, I mean, just thank you guys for coming playing. I love running these Halloween one-shots.
No problem. We love it here.
It is so much fun. I love being able to showcase the Kids on Broom system. It is my favorite tabletop system.
Based on Kids on Bikes.
Based on Kids on Bikes, this Kids on Brooms was made to add a little magic into it, give people a world that they can play around with, that they feel like it's a safe space. Absolutely really fun system. Anything else?
I don't think so. I think that covered a lot of it, unless LostChaos or StealthyChaos have questions before we start. But I think we covered those before we started streaming. Oh,
You're muted.
You're muted.
muted.
I'll ask them as I go. It's cool.
There you
Yeah,
go.
by all means.
I'll probably do the same.
Yes, it is both their first times playing this system. I have grown pretty familiar with it. I've got to run a bunch of one-shots with like in-person friends, and then on this channel I've done a 2-parter for it. So
Also, can I just say I'm
normally-
interested
Oh,
to
yeah.
see how this combination of runner and players is going to work, because
yes, I have never DM'd Chaos or Stealthy before.
the only way that you've DM'd me is through one shots on Dapper Ds and last Dapper Ween, so you have a little bit, but even still with this combo here, I don't know. This is gonna be
No. We did the
Frozen
we ran the Willy
Prison.
Wonka one. Did you?
I was no.
No, you played in that one. Never mind.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't even a player in that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, that was a week
weird
I was
one.
not there.
Yeah. I don't
So
think I was
on
even
that-
there. Weird. Okay.
I don't know. So, on that note, this is the magical school of Calm, the Coven of Arcane. What the fuck was the abbreviation?
Off to a flying start.
The Coven of Arcane and Lasting Magical Mastery. It is a school of any age, of any discipline,
Mhm.
to really learn two things in this world: how to use your magic and how to control whatever lycanthropian form you may have.
Mhm.
All of our players, everyone you will meet, almost everyone you will meet throughout this one shot, can transform into some sort of animal, either at will or based on fears or based on some other situation. The school itself, very old school. It is Halloween weekend, which means two things for the people in this one shot. That Halloween is a long holiday that people of magic go and celebrate with families and whatnot most of the time. Some people choose to stay back at school because of the other big thing of Halloween. The stroke of midnight hits and ghosts are found walking the halls. It is the one time they are visible. And the legend says, old myths say that helping a ghost cross to the other side, wherever that might be, they leave a token of gratitude towards you that will boost your magic and give you some power in some way. It's very unheard of. The closest myths or legends you have to it are of wizards lately not using these tokens, but more wearing them as an emblem, wearing them as a show of strength, that I helped someone move over and I did not take the power. The headmaster of this school, Ryback. I didn't pull up my notes. I had all this time. It's not Ryback.
Because it ain't your Ryback headmaster.
Sable Thornheart.
Oh, there you go.
The headmaster of the school, Sable Thornheart, has a emblem on his chest, held up by a locket, that people believe to have been a token of a ghost, but are not known for sure. It is rumor amongst the school.
Mhm.
And with that, we'll jump right in. We are just minutes shy of midnight, as the grand hall, the eating area right in the middle, is full to the people that are here. Everyone who is in the castle is here. It is one long table of teachers and students alike, just eating together as the headmaster walks down and just kind of stumbly. So, you're gonna see some things tonight. It's okay. They can't hurt you unless, like, you really do something. They can't. Normally, they won't hurt you. Normally, you're gonna see ghosts, and they're gonna be pretty chill. They're gonna be weird. None of them are normal. They've been here for a while. None of them are right up there, but they're pretty harmless. As for what you do, it's up to you. Most people are just going to bed, and you see a lot of like teacher and faculty like already kind of getting wound down for the night. They're only up because students are still up, and this feast was happening to celebrate the kickoff of midnight of Halloween. And at that, I would like to throw it out to my players of if you would like to introduce yourselves, of like where you're sitting at the table, what you might be wearing or eating this kind of night. Dippy, we can start with you.
Okay. Well, hello there. I am Lee Fargo Leaf Sycamore. I recently transferred over to this here school after getting a couple of credentials from some smaller platforms. I am the new biology teacher. As the last one, he kind of got burned up. It was unfortunate to say the least, but I am here and I am getting ready to celebrate my 23rd year of life in just a couple of minutes here, and life is pretty good. Leaf is a yes, absolutely. Whoop. There we go. How's that?
Perfect.
All right. So Leaf is a furbolg, a forest guardian. He grew up in the nearby woods. and got to know all of the wonderful little creatures of nature in the meantime. He has light brown moose fur and some small antler nubs, green, forest green eyes, and he wears simple cotton robes with, if this was the D&D universe, a symbol of Sylvanas on a little crest that crosses over the neckline. For teaching purposes, that robe is like stuffed down inside a pair of loose fitting slacks and like belted around the middle. He has a bonsai tree that he carries with him and he tends to, and he trims and keeps looking nice, which was a clipping from an original cherry tree in his it's like a green cherry tree that he clipped from his where he was born, and that acts as his broom, so to speak. And he has a bag, a large, like a rucksack type bag that he has a lot of stuff in that we might get into, we might not. And he's kind of just staring at his watch as he sits down at this table. He's not anywhere imposing or specific at the table. He's just there. And he is like, oh, not too long now. And he, like, looks around everybody else. He's like, I find it a little surprising that you're still here, and looks over to the next character to be introduced.
LostChaos, go ahead and introduce yourself.
I am Ren Shaw. I'm just here to learn and not really mingle with too many of the other students. I just want to do my own thing. Ren is a half elf. She has short brown wavy hair with green eyes. She has a light scar going across her left eye. And she's just wearing simple black robes with a little bit of like light gray, like a light gray pattern to it. Mm-hmm. She has it just sitting on the table where she's sitting towards the back a little ways. Just a book on the table that she reads every now and then, just to kind of distract from the others. And then just with her, she has a shovel, which is her broom.
I love that. Yes. And as the headmaster is like walking down, kind of like at this point just kind of rambling of just like, I remember my first Halloween here. It was quite an unusual one, and just kind of old man ramblings. He walks past Ren and puts just like 4 or 5 extra biscuits on your plate of just keeps like every time he walks by, it's just a little more food on your plate. He keeps plopping down on you.
Thank you.
And then Stealthy, if you would like to introduce your character.
Sitting kind of off to the side is a figure, slim build, not horribly tall, only just barely 5 foot. Short, kind of auburn hair, flecked golden eyes. They look a little wiry, but also a little sly, as they're consistently buried in a book of some kind, consistently making notes, as Hayes sits in the corner, as they're furiously writing down their observation and reports to finish earning their teaching credentials as a student teacher here. Kind of slightly keeping an eye on everything, but trying to catch up on some much needed observation reports with a very large, filled, heavy book bag. Besides them sits a simple, unassuming looking broom of just straight Willow just for
Oh, damn it. No, not this
I love
early.
it.
Oh, God. My internet started to cut out.
Oh.
Just,
oh.
So,
it's all right.
as everyone is enjoying this feast of what seems like any food, like it's almost like you can sit there and think like, wow, you know what would really be good with this, like a nice thin gravy, and all of a sudden you see it pass down, and you see like down at the other end some of the students are just like eating the McRib out of nowhere. Like it is just kind of whatever food you can think of somehow
guys.
appears.
It's back. The McRib, it's back.
The McRib.
It's always back and calm. I kind of look. I look. So I will say that I directed my surprise to Hayes, and I will say, aren't those reports like not due for another 2 days? It feels like you're in a mad dash to finish them in the next 2 minutes.
The sooner that I get them done, the sooner I can relax.
Ah, you do have a good point. Well, I guess you just do you then. And he like sits back. He clearly either doesn't have to do these reports or he is so this is one of two things. He either hasn't done them and is going to do them like because he can breeze through them without freaking out about it, or he has already done them like way before this and he's not letting on that that their reason was the same as his.
So, and on that, the headmaster Sable goes to the top of the table right at the head and goes, and with that, I have a meeting I must attend to. Enjoy. And you hear a massive dong. Massive dong. I can't distract myself. A massive gong going off as the stroke of midnight. And you see at the other end of the table the kids that were eating the McRib and onion rings and anything else under the sun immediately scramble and run out of this area. As it is now midnight, you know that there are some ghosts around the building. Probably at least one in every room for game mechanics. And the night is kind of yours. I set this up to very much just be like, here's the world, go. Like,
you see as everybody runs out of the room, Hayes snaps their book shut, looks up and waves their hand, and all of like the best food on the table just suddenly appears.
As like a fish steak goes rushing by, Leaf will snatch that up and just
they hit all the best snacks from the kids. Those kids will eat doggone everything.
Yes.
And then
as they like shove a plate of cookies towards Ren.
Thanks.
And Leaf will just kind of conjure up, however this works, a little cupcake.
All you have to do is think of it.
Yeah. It'll just be like, oh gosh. Excuse me. I don't know what chain it would be for the rest of you, but there's a chain called Gigi's Cupcakes where the cupcakes are like this big around at the base and they have just piled up. So a Gigi's style cupcake will just slide down the table and rest in front of Leaf with one single candle poking out of it. That's already lit, and he blows it out and then like eats like the top including the candle. Like just the top bit of icing and the candle just happy birthday. And he will just like be contented for a minute.
And on that as well, actually, you everyone recognize very young and spry potions teacher Abigail stands up. She's like, I am off to bed. I am exhausted. And she plops a what looks like a rock. It is black, it's hard, but like at a closer look, it's petrified wood right in front of Leaf before she skitters away.
Aw, thanks, Abigail. And just like reaches down, picks it up. This is just like a petrified piece of like ebony wood.
Yeah. Sure.
How nice. And he like will stick that in his bag. Lovely specimen.
well, happy birthday and everything, but
Thank you, Hayes.
I have so many questions about the rock. Anyway, Ren, are you not going to be off scurrying around the campus? And you would have seen Hayes like as like a student, like either as a teaching assistant or filling in for the illusions professor anytime that they're out.
I was thinking about it, but really know
Come
about-
on, it's Halloween. It's tradition around here. It's gotta have a little bit of fun. Unless that's not your speed. If it's not, then we're perfectly content to have you here.
I was more so gonna ask. I don't really want to go off on my own to mess with the ghosts.
Well, it sounds like an
So-
invite for companionship. And he will like lean forward and like sit forward in his chair and be like, well, was there any place you were thinking specifically of going? And he'll just give you like this big toothy grin where you can tell half of his teeth are like fake, but they're not the same kind of fake as each other. Like there's like a pearl tooth in there, there's a wooden tooth in there, there's like a gold cap tooth in there somewhere. Like it's a straight smile, but it feels like his non-natural teeth are made of just whatever he feels like making a tooth out of. As he just leans forward, just like smile.
I didn't really have a room in mind to go. I didn't think about that beforehand.
Well, that just sounds even more like an adventure. We could always start in my garden. I've never been in the garden on this night. I only just got here. Oh, excuse me.
That actually sounds interesting to see what might be in the garden.
Well, and he like
I'm sure the soul of some poor teacher haunts the staff room at some point, too.
and we can always check on it as we pass by. And he'll stand up, and he towers over a lot of the other people here. Like, Furbolgs are not short by any means. Leaf is probably a cool 6'6". Like, and whenever he does his lessons, he sits down, and his sitting height is like 5 foot, like 5 foot whatever. You know, and he's just like, well, time to see some ghosties, I suppose. And he'll fetch his bonsai. He'll hook his bonsai tree across a special made hook on his pack, and he'll just walk away from his seat at the grand table over in the direction of the garden.
Dippy is sleepy tonight.
I'm a very sleepy boy.
He's a sleepy boy. He's just so sleepy. Hayes, you'll see Hayes like take their backpack and like scoop all of the books and everything up.
Food in bag.
Yeah. Food in bag. And then sling the bag over their shoulder and grab their broom and look to Ren.
I'm gonna quickly grab like 3 of the biscuits off my plate and grab my book. Off we go, I guess.
So,
You're good. I decided against speaking.
on the way to the garden, you hear just commotion. It's not loud. It's nowhere near deafening, but you hear just rumblings and murmurs all throughout the castle on the walk there. We'll start with Hayes. Just roll me a straight D20. Just a normal old D20 roll.
That is a 9.
A 9. You hear, like, the only thing that sticks out more than everything else while you're walking is just like a very joyful whistling just coming through the hallways, very like echoing through as you guys walk past the staff room and towards the garden. So the garden itself is quite odd. You first walk in and it's just greenery, as you can see, big trees that don't feel like they should be in a building, any color of flower that you can see, absolutely just different crops and plants, everything popping up, and so many bright smells. And then 20 feet out is a massive pit that you all would know of. You're not gonna fall in it. You all attend this school in some way. The pit goes 20 feet down, and that is also where they grow mushrooms. And down in the mushroom pit, you just hear, "Well, nobody takes care of the fucking mushrooms anymore. I'll pluck that one, and okay, that one's looking good, and that one tastes like chicken. I definitely got to get that one." And
Leaf will kind of like lean over into the pit, just like look down in it and see what he sees.
You see a quite stout and short gnomish man, just bent over, very long robe on him, a absolutely massive sun hat, and a moth just kind of flying around the top of his head, as well as fully translucent, or not fully, I guess, because then you couldn't see him. Ghostly translucent. There's not an easier way to say it. As you just see that, nobody fucking. God, I love these fucking mushrooms. Love these mushrooms.
Boy, down there.
Oh, hello. Hi. And he immediately whips back to the mushrooms.
Well, it's lovely to see somebody tending to the mushrooms. Well, I'll let you start. And turns to Ren. What do you think you do in this situation? Leaf is so aloof. Leaf is like still, because he is the biology, like he is the magical biology teacher. Like he's not exactly, he is adjunct to potions, which is why Abigail gave him that gift, because Abigail and Leaf work pretty closely together.
Yeah.
But he grows the ingredients, Abigail uses them in her class, and Leaf also teaches a class on how to grow the ingredients. And down here in the pit, I'm familiar with the pit and like what mushrooms are in it and what and how to take care of them. Calling upon Ren to see if they know is more or less, yes, exactly what you described. I'm trying to instill a teaching moment here in a very strange set of circumstances.
Any interesting mushrooms?
His head whips up, and you see a bright purple mushroom in his mouth, and he's like, "Yeah, and he turns back around and just keeps going.
Do I recognize the mushroom in his mouth when he turns?
You can give me a brains check.
Oh, that's a D6. Leaf is not very bright. Well, not. Oh, that's a 6.
So in Kids on Brooms, that means it explodes and you roll it again and you add it together.
It's a 1, so 7.
7. On a 7, you know that's like a frequent potions mushroom, but you're not exactly sure like its name or what it does. But it's a very common mushroom in the potions class.
Ah, Mycola cercalis. Just making up a fucking name.
Yeah.
Trying to be the teacher in that moment. Not even sure if that is Mycola cercalis. It could be.
As you say that, the ghost just kind of slowly hovers his way up. There is a ladder, and his like chest is on the ladder, like he's climbing it, but is just arms down, just floating up it.
Like Half-Life ladder climbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. As he gets up to you, and he goes, a man of mushrooms as well.
Yeah, it would be me.
Great. Come give me a hand. And he points, and the first time you have seen this is an absolutely giant, probably like 30 feet around mushroom is taking up like 1/2 of the pit, and it seems to just have appeared. The second he said, help me with this, it's there.
Oh, that's a rather large specimen. I would have trimmed that back a long time ago.
Like I said, nobody takes care of the mushrooms anymore.
Well, I'll help you out then, no worries. And I just like start to climb down into the pits. Just no fear of what this could possibly mean. Just like, oh, I'm back on job mode now. Like,
you see the ghost like trying to tend to it, like he's grabbing it and whatnot. His hands are going right through. It's for some odd reason this mushroom he can't like interact with.
reaches into his pack, pulls out his limb saw.
Yep.
And he grabs a hold of the stem and just like back and forth sawing at the stem of this giant mushroom.
Everybody that's in the garden, give me a grit roll.
Oh god. That's a D4 for me. Oh no.
Oof.
Ah! My dice! What was that? Not the 2. Hey! Okay. Wait. Is that only one? No, that's right.
Great.
I get that.
It's a 7.
6.
That's a
6.
1.
That's a 1. All right. So, Leaf, you being so close to this absolutely horrendous smell coming out of this mushroom, you hit the ground. You pass out for a second. It is so strong. The other two up a ways away. I'm assuming at this point, kind of just looking down the pit, being like, "What the fuck is he doing?"
Yeah, just saw, smell, poof, like falls back and like on the ground.
You two, you get like eye watery. It smells terrible. It smells like it's a strong sulfur kind of smell, and it burns your eyes a bit. And you see the cut that was made start closing up and healing itself.
How do you earn adversity tokens again?
Every time you fail a roll. So that is.
Is that 2 for me, or
2.
is that?
Yeah, that is 2 for you. Yes.
Yeah, you see, Hayes immediately grabs their nose because it's like it's super sensitive. It just, well, that seems problematic.
Leaf, you wake up pretty quick. It doesn't keep you out long. It's just the first. Oof.
Oh, I see. This is one of those ghostly tricks. And he's still pretty loopy.
It's no trick. I haven't been able to get this mushroom out of here.
Well, we can certainly continue to try. And he like stands up again and like looks at where he cut with the bone saw. Looks at where he cut. Doesn't continue, but looks at it and just is like examining it. Just
if you
looking for imperfections.
Yeah, give it. All right, it's all healed up. There's no wrong that. Everything you cut is all healed.
Oh. Well, that's a strange predicament.
Slides down the ladder, Dark Soul style.
Yes.
And you have the metal cone on your head, so you just all the way down. Not that
walks
you.
over.
You're surrounded by all these very beautiful and bright mushrooms and this giant one. It is completely white, just taking up the majority of it, like more than half of the pit at this point.
This
Can I-
fungi isn't being
Can
very
I make
fun
a
right
brains roll to try to identify what this fungus
Yep.
is?
Absolutely, yes.
I'm gonna slow
As a
down that as
D12.
well.
now.
That's
Come on
eight.
down, Ren.
That is
Let
a what?
this be a learning moment.
8.
An 8. On an 8, you would know that this is a pretty standard mushroom. There's not anything too, I mean, it's again a potions-y mushroom. There is it's a magical mushroom that is used in like sleeping cocktails and things of that nature.
Agaricus
That-
bisporus.
With that brains roll, you would be able to tell of like, oh, this is a mushroom that like this ghost has been taking care of since he's died. That's
Ah.
why it's so big.
Wow. Just gonna head down the ladder to them and
Agaricus bisporus. Rather
I still don't
common.
think it's that
use-
one.
Huh?
I still don't think it's that one.
No. I remember this one. I because I looked it up. Well, common white button mushroom is Agaricus bisporus. But
Bless
this is a rather this is a rather aged specimen.
As the ghost is now completely ignoring you guys again, just back to like harvesting other mushrooms. The moth that was floating around his head as my brain keeps saying worm. It's not worm. Weird? Lost Chaos. What's your character's name?
Ren.
Ren. Yeah, the reading it is messing with my brain for some reason. Ren. No, it's
He's
totally
dyslexic.
fine. I am, yes. The moth that was floating around his head is now sitting on Ren's shoulder, just like very pointedly staring at the mushroom.
Hold on.
If you could see a moth point, I guess.
If a moth could point,
If a moth could point, it's at the
Just
mushroom.
its little limb.
Yeah, just
Angrily staring at the mushroom. Wings back.
think of Sparks from Sparrow or Spyro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just,
You know, my broom has some utility use as well.
It does.
I'm gonna go over to the mushroom.
Mhm.
Because it seems like he was wanting some help with that. And I'm gonna try to just start digging it up from the bottom
All right, give me a
into the dirt.
Ron roll.
Eee.
ah,
Can I stop dropping my dice? That is a D4 that I have lost in my carpet.
uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
It's there,
Uprooting.
waiting for you to step
Oh, it's
on
there.
it.
Yeah, it was right underneath my chair.
Uprooting the
Oh,
mushroom.
Okay.
This is where I need to know.
When
if
all
mushrooms
other
have roots.
specimens are small enough to be dug up with your hands, use the
mushrooms
tools
have
provided.
mycelium that kind of like spreads out, like surface level roots, basically.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's a 3.
That's a 3. You are able to dig a little hole near the mushroom.
Near them.
You're not able to like get underneath it and pry it up or anything like that.
When all other specimens are small enough to be dug up with your hands, uprooting the mushroom with tools available to you is a smart idea. Indeed. It is now just like holding on to like a walking stick that he just procured out of thin air.
Hayes, what are you just watching them? What are you doing during all this?
Hayes is thinking on
Okay.
how to move the mushroom. They turn around to the ghost and Excuse me.
Yes.
Where exactly are you wishing to move this mushroom?
Oh, it can get chopped up and eaten or used in potions. It's taking up too much room in here. It needs to go.
Very well. Question, All Might DM.
Yes.
What are the rules on turning into our animal forms?
So it might happen sporadically if you're around your fear. If you want to do it willingly, it is what I will say. And I guess I should have clarified this before stream. You pick the stat. It could be your highest stat if you want to gamify it. If it's a stat that you think will be meaningful, you pick the stat you roll for your animal.
Oh,
and
okay.
It's a DC 5. It's not
DC
that
5.
hard. Yeah, DC 5 to turn into your animal.
Okay. Considering the type of animal that I am, I'm gonna go ahead and choose charm.
Okay, and it is fun fact about the Kids and Broom system. Any roll you're doing with magic, add a D4 as well.
Add a D4 as
Add a
well.
D4.
Okay, great.
That's right.
Yes, all magic rolls add a D4.
That is a 13.
13. You blip into a fox in the second you are your fox that we'll have you describe in 1 second. You hear the moth that was on Ren's shoulder. Just that mushroom has to mushroom. Shoot.
The mushroom has to go.
Yeah.
I would be able to hear that too because I have wild speak. You communicate with any animal whose species
so
I
you've
have
been hearing
knowledge
that
of.
this whole time. I did not realize that. This whole time you've just been hearing this moth chant.
Mushroom
"The
has to
mushroom has to go."
We're trying, Mr. Moth.
Really quick though, tell us what your fox looks like. Tell us like your foxy form. Ooh,
My
not like
foxy
that.
form.
Don't like that.
You guys see as Hayes suddenly disappears into a flurry of, it seems for a second like tails, like multiple tails, as they shrink down and morph into the common red fox, as they then trot over and they go ahead and start digging around the base of this mushroom, trying to loosen it up.
Okay, so go ahead and we will say that's also going to be a brawn roll.
Great.
But add the magic D4 because now you are in your animal form. And we'll say it's already turned up and whatnot, so it's going to be a little bit easier from the shovel.
I look up the side. I look up the stem. Is it any thinner near the top or near the cap of the mushroom?
That is.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Ooh. I got a 4.
I will grip. I will grip in and climb up the stem.
So I rolled a 4 on one of them and a 2 on the other. Plus 1, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then do I roll again?
If you rolled the max number on a die, you roll again and add it together.
That's also another 4.
You do it again.
It keeps going.
It keeps going.
So that's
it
8.
keeps exploding.
That's a 3. Okay, so it's
3 is
8, 9, 10, 11,
11.
13, 14. 17?
17.
There you go. At 17, you're able to just dig a tunnel underneath this mushroom and start nipping at all of its knot roots, whatever they're actually called.
Am I stealing?
Sure. I did not research mushrooms. So, and you are able to get it loose in the ground and it starts to tip over as the ghost whips around and goes, "It's going. Oh, it's going."
And I'm right at the
leaf is in the mushroom.
Yeah, I'm right at the top of the stem, and I'm just disconnecting the cap from the mushroom can sometimes. And I just start falling over. And I just And I just. Can I just take a quick jab at the cap to try to dislodge it from the stem?
Yeah, go for it. Give me
Get covered in mushroom spores.
Brawn or
I-
flight?
I was gonna say quick, or not quick.
Covered.
Flight. Yeah, flight.
Flight? That's my
Yeah.
D20.
Ooh.
He's gonna get that done, and then the mushroom spores.
Another game rule of Kids on Brooms for anyone who wants to. If you ever just want to take half your die roll, so like Dippy's D20, he could just say, "I'll take the 10"
Yes.
instead of rolling. You're always allowed to do that.
Can I take it even after I roll?
No.
Okay, so... well,
So he rolled under a 10.
it seems like I haven't rolled yet.
Oh, okay.
But I think taking the 10 would be pretty safe here, so I'll just... Yes. And it's just
On
like,
a
well,
10,
time
you're
to,
able to-
time to skedaddle. And I, like, scampered down the side of the mushroom again and just, like, run out from underneath.
Yeah, you're able to pop it off, and so now
Just-
the stem is laying on the ground, the mushroom head is over there, and it immediately starts to just kind of fizzle and disintegrate as the ghost turns around and goes, it's about fucking time. And he also starts to fade away. And all that is left behind is that little moth that was on Ren's shoulder is now sitting a just silver coin.
That's cool.
That does not burn you. I know we're lycanthrope. That does not burn you.
I was like,
You just see
Get it off!
Hayes pops their head out of the hole that they just dug. Looks
Aw.
around.
And when did you... Oh, wait. Hello, Hayes.
Just
well,
yips.
well done. That was quite the uprooting. He looks at where the hole was burrowed and sees like 13 other mushrooms just in a line that just got like burrowed through as well, and it's just like, oh, well. What is lost can easily be replanted.
The silver coin on your arm has a little picture of a mushroom on one side, and on the other side has the emblem for the school university of Calm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Well done. You-
Hayes crawls out of the hole and like shakes to get all the dirt off their fur.
Aw.
Oh.
And I can talk to you in your fox form because of my wild speak.
Oh yeah. Just that was a lot more eventful than I thought it would be.
Well, you did what was correct in the situation as well. And for that, if you were one of my students, you would get a gold leaf. And he just pulls out like a little sticker book, like a little sticker page that's just lined up with like little golden leaves. like instead of gold stars, it's gold leaves.
Gold leaf.
I love that.
And he just like slips it back down into his cloak. His, his whatever. In his boob. No.
I think that should more so go to Hayes.
Well,
for
of course.
figuring that out.
Hayes is the one that solved the puzzle. It is only right.
To switch back, do I need to switch
Nope,
back?
you can
Okay.
just do
You
it.
just-
Yeah.
Yeah, you see as Hayes kind of stands up again in the flurry of almost tails, lots of fur, colors,
Yeah.
and standing back up. Well, if you insist.
So, you guys would know by daybreak the ghost will stop appearing. I'll say that took we started at midnight. We're now like 12:30 to 12:45, somewhere in there. So plenty of night left.
Pick up the limb saw just in case. I didn't want to leave that behind. Just. Well, you gonna use that power, or are you gonna preserve the artifact?
I do not know yet. It is.
I mean,
rather
how
shiny.
much power can a mushroom picker give, I suppose?
You do see as Hayes says it's rather shiny, like their eyes kind of glow a little bit and they get like a mischievous smile across their face.
Oh, I love.
Letting the fox like shine through the human too.
I love that.
Well, I suppose we should explore the rest.
You need a cup of coffee.
Oh, it's...
We go investigate the cafeteria next.
I mean, we were just there, weren't we?
Or the kitchens.
Yes, please. You go on ahead. I will, I'll go out to
Ren,
the
do you
observatory.
drink coffee?
Yeah. Coffee's good.
Oh my god.
So, if you're gonna go to the kitchen, I need to know kind of like what room you're going through, because the kitchen, viewers can't see the map. The kitchen is surrounded by the potions class, the history class, the grand hall, a room called changing room, and the big thing about the kitchen is there is no door inside of it.
What?
All the faculty here and the student, you all have never seen the inside of the kitchen.
Oh.
Oh.
Huh.
Makes me wonder why you're so
you can
curious
go to the
see
grand
inside.
hall and just think, I want a cup of coffee, and boom, you'll have some coffee, just how you like it.
Come
But
to think of
nobody's
it,
ever
I've never
seen-
been to the kitchens.
Yeah.
Ever.
Well, now would be just as good a time to start looking.
Ren, you're a student. I'm sure you get up to all kinds of shenanigans. Have you ever been to the kitchens?
I have not.
Uh,
No.
I was able to take a peek inside when I sat at the end of the table, but I didn't see much. It just seemed like a dark room.
So
Very dark.
it is up to y'all how you get there. Like I said, it is potions, history, grand hall, or the changing room that you can enter, or I guess the hallway. There is a little sliver that you can enter the kitchen through the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
But no matter where you go, you're going through a wall somehow.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was gonna step out to the observatory, get some fresh air, and I'll catch up with you in just a minute.
Is the observatory like an inside observatory with like the telescope pointing out of like a slot in the hole in the ceiling, or is
Yes.
it like a? Oh,
And
okay.
the whole roof retracts.
Right.
So sometimes there's no ceiling, sometimes there is ceiling.
Okay. Well, let's hope that tonight is a no-ceiling night. I need some fresh air to help
We're
me
in the
wake
garden.
up. And I just
Oh
yawn.
my god.
And step to the other end of the garden to walk into the observatory.
He does realize we're outside. Yes.
I don't know.
You
I
look
don't
at.
know.
I mean, you look up the ceiling of the garden, and it looks like it's outside, but there is a roof. Like,
Yes, it is like magically illusions outside.
yeah.
At least I think we're outside.
You see Hayes look up.
Yeah,
I need to learn so much more about this place.
you know
Anyway.
when it rains in here, that's the sprinklers. It's not real rain.
And he just like steps out through the observatory.
All right, so
And there I
going
go.
out of the garden into the observatory. We'll have red this time. Roll me just a straight d20.
Just straight through 20.
Yes.
3.
3.
Three.
It's the same commotion of last time. Just kind of a murmur of a very busy castle. Entering into the observatory, you do see that the roof is retracted. It is the oldest part of this building. It has yet to be updated. It is big stone walls, just kind of gloomy, but in like a cozy way, or maybe that's just a me cozy way of like just rustic and kind of off, but in like a very charming. And in the middle is, the best way I can describe it is a stupidly comically big telescope. Just brass telescope, just going and going and going and going, and Jesus Christ, I don't know where the end of that thing is. And at the base of a telescope, you see a very tall woman with very long hair and a actually no, you wouldn't see familiar yet. You just see her just eye to the scope. Just I can't see them tonight. I can't. Just they're not there. I don't. Ugh. As she keeps just kind of fine tuning the telescope and whatnot.
I just like sit on a bench in the observatory, like.
Oh, she's also ghostly. I keep forgetting to say she's a ghost. Like she.
I just sit on a bench in the observatory and just like, that's nice. Just a nice, cool night. Oh, hey. And just like looks over to the ghost.
She pays no mind to anyone coming in. Just really focus on this telescope.
I like lay back.
You said the roof is not open, right?
The roof is open. The roof is retracted. Yes.
Okay.
You can look up. It is a kind of cloudy night. The stars aren't so bright. Nothing like you can't see the moon tonight. It's overcasted. Just kind of pockets of where the clouds have lifted that you can see some stars.
It is very hard to get that thing lined up sometimes.
Yeah, it's the worst. I can't see anything. I can't. And she turns to look at you, and in like I think it's called a baby Bjorn, just like a little caddy on the chest. Do y'all know what an eye is? Monkey with giant eye. I'll send a picture.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Monkey with giant eyes and long fingers. One of those is just in a baby Bjorn on her chest, just tapping the telescope with its oddly long finger.
Oh.
Oh
yeah.
And you would hear it. Stars. Stars. Stars.
And I just like, I like tilt my head and then I just like look up at the sky and I'm just like a wave of the hand to see.
Do you want to try to like magically push the clouds? Or
I would like to at least try.
I feel like this would be a flight check.
And a D4 on top.
And a D4 on the magic.
That's a 10 and a 1. So I rolled a 10 and a 1, and that's an 11.
An 11 is enough.
I will add. Hold on. Do I know the DC of this? Because the mechanical benefit of my broom is that when I add adversity tokens to my check, they add 2 instead of 1. So
that is only while you're flying on the broom that you get the mechanical benefits of your broom.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, it is hooked onto my pack. I could be hovering along. I could be hovering along. I did, but I am sitting down though. So
yeah. So on an 11 though, you're still able to like part the skies a bit. You have like a landing strip of clear night right on top of you.
And
try
to like aim it so that it's in the patch of sky that the telescope's like generally pointing at.
As you're aiming it, the ghost like goes through your body and is just like encompassing the same space as you, trying to look through the telescope. She's like, it's just dark, and she's messing with it, and the eye is just tapping it. Stars.
And I like part the clouds, and it's just, well, maybe it's something up with the instrument itself, and I kind of just like want to take a look through the telescope myself, see what I see.
It is pitch black.
Oh. Take the cap off, then look through it again.
There's no cap on this.
Ah, damn. And I'm like,
well, no wonder you can't see anything. It's still capped.
and I like look over to the wall, hoping for a cap release, hoping for something on the end of the telescope, something, because I imagine like the end of this telescope if this is a comically
massive.
large yeah, it's very big. I would hope that A, it would be covered up at night to protect all of that glass and that very magical lens. And number two, I would hope there would be a mechanism for it on the inside of the building so that no one has to climb on top of a massive telescope to remove it.
You're in a magic school.
You hit the nail on the head, so I'll just give the information straight. You look over at the wall. You see a hanger that says end cap here. And there is a giant, like, just like where it would be sitting.
Mm-hmm.
You see that spot. You know the giant cap is still up there, and mechanically there's no way of taking it off.
Oh. And I just kind of like, well, he will climb up on top of the telescope.
I will, as a nice DM,
Hayes leans over to Ren. How long do you think we should actually let him try like
I mean, I don't know if a sleepy person should be trying to climb on top of a telescope, but
If a what?
a sleepy person should be trying to climb a telescope.
Can I be a little cheeky?
Of course.
While Leaf is trying to scale this thing, Hayes kind of floats up next to him on their broom and sit like with their hands like this, going, "So what you doing?"
Well, it seems to me that the end of this telescope still, and I like unhook the bonsai tree from the end of my pack. I unhook the bonsai tree from my pack and I just like sit in the crook of it and begin to float. And I just like, there is merit to doing things the hard way, you know. And I like will swoop out to the end of the telescope. What a perfect scene in my mind, though. I'm just climbing up the telescope hand for hand, and then Hayes just floating up next to them on their broom.
I was thinking the same thing.
I was gonna straight up say, Dippy, you have a broom. Try to be nice.
No,
But I saw the gears
no,
turn.
that's funnier. Though. I loved that scene. And
Red, do you follow suit on your broom or do you hang back with the ghost? Okay.
I killed chaos.
So, as you reach the end of the brass telescope, there is a massive lens cover on it that just actually, we'll say everyone give me a brains roll to see if you remember how people take care of this lens.
That's a 6. That's 1. 7.
7?
That's a 5.
5.
That's a 6, and then it explodes, right?
Yeah, if it's a
Yes.
D6, yeah.
Yeah.
9.
9 altogether?
Yeah, 9 altogether.
Ren, you would know that one of the first days of astronomy class, you learned just a quick charm, how to turn it invisible.
How to turn the cap invisible?
Nobody has taken this cap off in a very, very long time.
The solution. Just the solution. No, don't take the cap off. Just turn the cap invisible. How does that even work?
You learned a quick charm one of your first days of like, if you're the first student here, if you don't mind flying up, The charm lasts a couple hours. I have it redone every so often.
Well,
Oh my
yeah.
god.
It would be a charm roll to
Charm roll?
be able
Okay.
to, and add a D4 for the magic die.
D4 for the magic. Okay. Yep. I'm gonna get close enough, and please come on. I remember how to do this. 13?
13 is definitely high enough that you're able to turn the lens cap invisible, and you immediately hear just like a high pitch, just like, oh my god! I can see the stars. I can see it. There's the Big Dipper and the Little Dipper and the Medium Dipper because we're in a magic world.
And the medium dipper?
Extra large dipper.
The extra large dipper?
There's the McRib Dipper.
Double dipper. The double dipper.
The Double Dipper.
The trip dip.
All the constellations are just Dipper.
The hip dipper?
There's the Herka Dipper.
The mega dipper.
The Mega Dipper. And you just very excitedly hear this ghost.
And then Greg.
And then, oh yeah, Greg. Can't forget about Greg.
Greg's a lovely constellation.
And we just kind of float back down, and we're like,
Not to worry.
Flying back down, all you see is a silver coin placed in the eye socket of the telescope.
can I pick it up? The university column on one side, on the other side.
On the other side is a giant eyeball. Just
Interesting.
Well, here. And I hand it over to Ren.
Thank you.
Well,
It was an invisibility.
that's already two that we've. That's already two ghosts that we've helped out tonight. Wonderful. Now I
and by
am.
this time, by this time it would be closer to like 1:30.
It took that long. Like, I was climbing
It
up
was
that
a long
telescope for.
flight.
I was climbing up that telescope for a hot minute.
Yeah, we let you climb a hot second.
I just want to say I've been rolling for other students this whole time, seeing like, have any of them freed ghosts? Nope.
Oh.
Nope. Not at all.
All right. I've been rolling one roll to see if they succeed and one roll to see, okay, what room do they go to after they realize, fuck, I'm not gonna get this one. Just to see if you guys might pass.
Well,
I suppose now would be as good as time as any to go to the kitchen. But we'd have to pass through Abigail's classroom first.
and go into the potions room.
Dippy, you're the only one who hasn't rolled for this yet. Just roll me a straight D20 as you guys are walking to the potions room.
Is higher better or worse?
It depends on what you're going for.
I got a 15.
You got a 15. You hear very joyful whistling. And then right by the door of the potions room, you just see somebody just sweeping the floors, just sweeping away. They don't look very ghostly, but they're definitely not a face you recognize in the school.
I'll just keep walking.
You can, you can do whatever you want with that information. Yeah.
Just sweeping up.
Yep.
And I just like.
Oi.
Hello.
Hey.
I'm trying to it's still not a face I recognize.
Not a face at all you recognize.
Jeffrey?
No.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were one of our.
I have that. I get that a lot. I have one of those faces.
Yeah. Hey, what can I? Greg?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Well, anyway, Seems like we're in a helping type of mood tonight. What can we help you with?
You want to? Oh, I don't really got much. I'm just sweeping.
Well, this would certainly be one of the top priority rooms to sweep. So we appreciate you doing that.
You do?
Yeah, of course.
He immediately fades away.
Oh! Oh, what appreciation!
Oh yeah.
I was not ready for someone to immediately to be like, I appreciate you.
Everyone, appreciate
Do
your
you
janitors.
know what kind of character I've been
Appreciate
playing this whole time?
All the other coins that you have seen have been these like really big silver coins. It's just like a little penny on the ground.
Oh,
He's a very new spirit to the school.
oh man!
No.
And I just kind of reach
Appreciate
down
your
and grab it,
janitors, y'all.
and I'm like, not enough money in the world. And I
Oh, sorry. One side is
This
the
is a
school
broom.
emblem. The other side is the head of an ant.
an ant.
An ant.
Why would a janitor be carrying around an ant spirit coin? Weird. And I like slip it in my pocket.
That was so fast.
What's that?
That needs to be. I was gonna say
I
clip that, but we're not on
appreciate
Twitch anymore. I just
I
like.
appreciate you.
I appreciate
Well,
you do.
Well, this is certainly one of the high priority rooms to be swept up, so I appreciate you doing that. You do?
That's just. No, you know what that is? You know what that is in my mind? That's the Futurama clip of Fry getting locked up with Malfunctioning Eddie. And Malfunctioning Eddie just goes, "Pleased to meet you." Fry goes, "Actually, we've met once before." Malfunctioning Eddie just goes, "What?" It just like. It just explodes.
That's so good.
Pleased to meet you. Actually, we've met once before. What? I can't believe it.
Going into the potions room, this is a very high-tech room for this old school wizard school. It has giant vials on the wall that at a push of a button will give you like the exact dose of whatever ingredient you're looking
Oh,
for.
That was just in the hallway outside of
That
the
was just in the
potions
hallway,
room.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay, yeah. Okay, there you go.
In the potions room, very like stainless steel tables everywhere, white tile floor, and then right in the head of the classroom, you see Abigail running around with her head chopped off as a very, very old looking man just sits in a rocking chair, just yelling off random ingredients. As you also see a little armadillo, just like a phantomly armadillo rolling around the room.
Aww.
As you just hear, all right, iguana tears and the tooth of an alligator and a phoenix feather. And Abigail, got it, we have some of that. Okay, yes, like just
Whoa,
frantically
whoa.
throwing a potion together.
She just walks in. It's just.
There's ghosts in Dippy's house too.
Apparently. Mine's just a cat
There's-
that haunts me.
There's
Did you
just...
turn the oven off?
I did. Thank you. But also, what the fuck is going on out there? So my apartment, like the front door opens up into a hallway where 4 front doors will kind of connect to each other in the same hallway.
Oh.
I think someone is fighting in that hallway or just yelling at
Oh,
each
no.
other.
Oh no!
Just yelling at each other in that hallway. I don't know
That's
though.
when you storm out there. You're like, get out my swamp.
Yeah. What are you doing in my swamp? All right. Anyway.
Just go out there with the sword.
Yeah, with the sword, like, hey, what's going on out here? No, but walking in, I'm like, whoa, slow it down just a peg here, Abigail. What? I thought you went out I thought you went up to your. Thought you went down to the staff room.
I might have fibbed a little bit. I don't like to tell people that I try to do the ghost things Halloween. It's just me and Hank though, every Halloween. And like the old manager, yeah, need Abigail. Every year, same potion. Let's go.
But he's still here. Meaning you still haven't figured it out.
No. He asks for ingredients that I don't understand.
Well, sometimes when we don't understand something, it means that it's not the right thing to do.
I don't know. I want to know what this potion does.
Well, if you could make heads or tails of it, go for it, but
It feels to me as if he's throwing out a couple of red herrings.
And you would hear the armadillo saying, a dash of dash, or what would be a good armadillo? A dash of dashing, a squeeze of endurance, and light the cauldron with a spark of joy. A dash of dashing, and he just keeps repeating that.
A dash of dashing, a squeeze of endurance, and light the cauldron with a spark of joy. I would say that in character, like, as he says it, too.
Yeah.
Seeing if Abigail can make heads or tails of that.
Abigail's like, no, that's what I don't get. And, like, Hank, just this old man. There's nothing magical about this dude. It's just an old guy.
Yeah.
Think of fucking any owner of a car dealership. Like, just that kind of vibe.
Yeah, I know that one
Yeah.
acutely.
Just sitting in a rocking chair, just, yep. That's how you finish it off. A dash of dash, a spark of endurance, or a squeeze of endurance, and you light the cauldron with a spark of joy to heat everything up. I can't do it because I don't got that human emotions in me anymore.
Well, are Ren and Hayes caught up to me at this point?
I would assume, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've been watching the chaos unfold.
Mm-hmm.
Just been watching the armadillo.
That armadillo's just going, just full circles as fast as it can
well,
go.
if an extra set of hands will help you quell this spirit, then I'm sure we would be happy to help.
Oh, okay. I don't know how you can help as much as you think you can. I don't know. I've never had help with this before.
Well, we work so close together already, it can't be too hard, can it? And
You see her like kind of blush a little bit. She's like, "Yeah, you're right. You're right."
You see, Hayes just arches an eyebrow.
just I need to shave my unibrow.
I feel you. Same. I literally just had the thought this morning. My light's helping me a lot.
2 seconds.
Oh, he's gonna do it right now. He's gonna do it right now.
Hayes bypasses the interesting scene between Leaf and Abigail, and sits down in front of Hank.
Hank.
Was it Hank? Yeah. With very charming grin on their face.
Okay.
I got Oreo on my phone. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I just looked down and I took my Oreo apart and I set my phone directly on top of the icing.
Oh no!
Incredible.
It's orange icing too. It's the orange Oreo.
Oh no. Well, I saw you were chomping on one earlier. I was like, dang,
Yeah.
these are good Oreos.
So they sit
There we
in
go.
front of Hank and goes, "Now, why don't you tell me from the beginning what exactly the spell is?
The potion?
The potion."
It's my masterpiece. I've never finished it. It came to me in my time of passing, and I have yet to have the means of getting it done.
They look over. Does Abigail have all the ingredients gathered on her desk or something?
Abigail, all of, the normal ingredients are there. Some things are already in the pots, in the just kind of slew within it. It smells rather sweet, even though it is a lot of just weird shit. And then the rest of the ingredients on the table you would recognize as phoenix feather and fang of a basilisk, and just an assortment of mushrooms and different powdered flowers and stuff like that.
A dash of dashing, a squeeze of endurance,
And light the cauldron with a spark of joy.
Spark of joy. They stand up from Hank and walk over to Ren. What do you make of all this?
I can see how she's stuck on that part of the dash of dashing stuff. Trying to think of what each of that would be.
If anyone, if you guys get stumped and you want brains rolls or anything like that to kind of help, by all means. This system doesn't have advantage, but I'm just gonna say, Dippy, go ahead and roll with advantage with how closely you work with potions. If anyone else wants to make brains rolls as well.
Yeah, I'll make a brains roll as well.
I rolled it and got a 5, and then I rolled it and I got a 6, and then I rolled it and got a 5 again. So if an explosion applies, then I got an 11.
Yes, 11.
I got an 8.
I will also add 2 adversity tokens, because Lord knows I have the adversity tokens to spend.
Okay.
I will turn it into a 13.
On a 13, you would, and I forget to say it, Hayes, go ahead and add a adversity token to your total. You get, yes, adversity tokens you can add to rolls to add +1 to any roll. You get one every time a roll is failed, and that wasn't high enough. Leaf, you would know that potions has become very modernized. You can just there's pre-made potion packets you can throw into the cauldron. All the recipes are very the potions are very industrialized nowadays, and things like this are from when potions were still very unknown and mystical, and people would take things of themselves and think that it was special for the potion. So you recognize a dash of dashing as just human sweat is needed for the potion.
Okay.
A squeeze of endurance. You are not fully sure what you are squeezing, but you know you're squeezing something into the cauldron that is really hard to get juice out of.
Well, they say it's impossible to pull blood from a stone.
As for the spark of lighting the cauldron with a spark of joy, you're still unsure about.
Well, I can see Abigail's already been running around a little bit. And I just reach out with my big meaty paw. Just really, I kind of have just this big arm wrestler's hand. You ever seen Jeff Dabe? The Minnesotan arm wrestler who has gigantomorphosis on his hands.
Oh, yeah.
Dabe?
D-A-B-E, Dabe. Jeff Dabe.
Oh my god.
Yeah, his hands are huge. Or at least his right hand is huge. I imagine, comically, that my hands are somewhere between his hands and normal hands. And it just, reach out, and I just, thumb over her forehead a little bit, and I get and I'm put the drip that down into the cauldron.
As you do that, she's just staring at it. She's like, "Oh, hi. What? Oh.
The
What was
dash
that?
of dashing. You've been dashing around all night.
Oh my God, you're a genius. Yes. Yes.
Well, I
Brilliant.
don't claim to be the potion master you are, but a
Oh,
little bit of the old time tradition never hurts.
Oh,
Subtlety is also his strong suit.
So, yeah, the squeeze of endurance, it is something hard to get juice out of, or something that is going to be hard to extract juice from, and then you're still kind of unsure about the spark of joy.
Mangoes are pretty hard.
Mangoes hurt my hand. Have you ever tried to squeeze a
Coconut?
pineapple? They're so prickly.
A coconut?
Coconut water? Hey, that's actually not a bad idea. Is there a coconut around?
There absolutely is a coconut in this potions room.
I grab it and I just poof, smash it together in my hands.
Give me a brawn roll.
That's
Or
a
grit.
D12
You can choose
plus
between
1.
brawn and grit. Okay.
A grit is a D4. I'm gonna choose brawn.
Okay.
D12 plus 1. I can't magically enhance this in any way, can I? Probably not.
This is what I love about this system. If you just say magically, I also blank of my brain immediately goes to two mage hands grabbing your wrist and helping you squeeze. Or
Yeah, I would say imbuing the spirit of the forest, and I would the strength of a bear, coursing
by all
through my
means,
hands.
you
Go
can
for
magic
it.
this.
Whoopee! Oh, that did not help.
Oh.
I got a 4 on the D4.
Okay.
Wait, so does that explode too?
Magic dice explode. Yes.
Hey, there you go. Okay, so I got
Which
5.
is a home rule, I will say. In normal
It's a
Kids on
home
Brooms,
rule.
they don't. I think it's a lot more fun if you let magic
So that's
explode.
5 from the magic, and I got a 2 on the D12. So that's
On it-
7.
I
On a
got a
bright-
2.
On a bright note, go ahead and add another adversity token, Dippy.
Yeah.
As you squeeze this coconut and it just doesn't go. Abigail goes, do you mind if I try? This seems like
Yeah.
a good idea.
Go for it. Oh, come on. Please. Please. Please.
Abigail just takes the coconut and breathlessly just to dust in her hand. Just-
you loosen
Wow.
it up a bit for her. It's
Yeah.
okay.
What a woman.
It's just
and it falls into the cauldron, and you see this bright green smoke kind of puff out from the cauldron a bit as Hank's just you got it now, yeah, as you hear the armadillo just
yeah.
Oh, I love him. That's adorable.
And I just
sorry, you get the Doppler effect with him though, so it's yeah.
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 And then Abigail just sits down in front of the cauldron, and it's just a spark of joy. I don't get it.
I mean, I have an idea, but it might be a little too forward for the moment.
It's whatever you guys
Can
wanna do.
you kind of pick up what I'm putting down here?
If I played this character correctly, then yes, Dippy, I can.
I'm headed in that direction with this train of thought. If that's the wrong direction to go, let me know.
I would love to see the outcome.
Give her a peck on the cheek.
She beams, she lights up, and immediately she points her finger. It almost seems so her cheek is all rosy red and blushing, and you see that pinkness go down her neck into her arm and out her finger, lighting the cauldron as Hank goes, you got it, and just slowly dissipates as the armadillo rolls onto your feet and looks up at you and goes, "Drink," and then fades away into a silver token.
Drink.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Well, that was enough of a spark, it seems.
Just oblivious to the fact
She is,
of what he just
she
did.
is- yeah, she is like stone. She's just, yeah. She is just frozen, and then immediately, but oh, the potion's done, and like dips a metal mug into it, and immediately takes a swig.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay.
Hayes has already done the same thing. Like Hayes
Oh,
has
Hayes-
completely ignored the two of them. Like they're already like.
I bend down
as-
and pick up the token, and I look at it first, but then I'll do something else.
It has just like the outline of an armadillo shell
Oh,
on
okay.
it. And Hayes and Abigail take big swigs.
Take my
and,
horn flask. and
I'm
just-
waiting for the adults to try it.
Immediately you guys are hit with the taste of like strong like apple and like cinnamon and just all like that kind of warm coziness of a hot apple cider.
Hmm.
And you guys are able to kind of feel your animal forms like wiggle around inside you a
Mhm.
little bit. And this, what your potion allows you to do is use your animal form as a familiar as well. It's for 5 minutes at a time for once a day. You can send off whatever animal you can turn into to do other tasks for you.
Oh, that's cool.
So
You're
if
saying
Ren
it
wants to
doesn't
drink.
kill them.
Fair.
I'll take a drink.
You feel the
I like
same
y'all,
warm
but I'll let y'all try
sensations.
stuff first.
Yeah. You feel the same warm sensations as Abigail even like throws her hand up in the air, and out from her hand starts crawling up her arm this long python. And she's like, this is neat. I love this.
I never knew you were.
I
a
kind of like clasp my hands
I don't-
together, and then like magician reveal them, whoop, and like a groundhog will pop into my hand. And
a groundhog.
a groundhog. Yeah. He's just
Oh.
standing up on his little hind legs, and he's just, he's just there. I'm just like, hey, Chuck.
Good to see you.
He just looks up. Good to see you too, boss.
And I reach into my pack with the rations of the preserved meat that I save for my animal form when I'm in it. Now I give a piece to him.
My favorite. And Hayes, as you make that comment about the python, she's like, I am one of the rare few who got to pick. I got to decide what I got to be at a very young age, and I liked foraging for all my ingredients naturally. I thought it would be easier to be down on the ground and have a little bit better of sense of what products would be good and bad. And I know some people are scared of them, but I think it's quite pretty, as she's just kind of marveling, being able to look at her familiar for the first time. All of you are.
Yeah.
So, and on that, she also peers over at Leaf and goes, Did you keep his coin? I'm not asking for it. I'm just making sure it wasn't.
Oh, I
lost."
was, you were the one who worked on it the hardest and the longest, so I believe it's yours.
Are you sure?
I already have my keepsake.
And I show her like the little penny soul.
The little penny.
The little penny soul.
Oh, Jordan, I miss him. He was nice. He passed right before you transferred here.
Well, he didn't feel
Wait.
like he got enough appreciation, it seemed.
That's what happens when you work around kids.
Are all of the symbols they're
They're the familiar. They're the familiar.
I
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Wait, so the eye monkey was like a homunculus type thing because it's just
no,
an eye.
eyes have giant eyes.
Well, yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
a
no,
giant.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's fair. Okay. All right. Fair.
That's cool.
And she graciously takes the coin. She's like, "You really are the sweetest. Thanks." And she's like, "Do you know what to do with these?"
I was going to ask
clue.
you, but
it's all legend. I don't know. I think genuine between us. I think why all these wizards keep them as like trophies nowadays is they don't know what to do with them. It sounds childish. I heard you just sleep with it under your pillow.
It could be a little tooth fairy situation. I mean, she is awful nice. I woke up when she was bringing $1 for my incisor here, and well, you know,
Is that copper?
I like ding ding, and it like dings a little too loud for copper, and I'm just like, I think that's my aluminum one.
Oh,
I like lick it a little bit. It's like, yeah, stainless. Helps me open cans.
I like to imagine you can move your tongue in a certain way, and it's like putting your tongue on like a 9-volt battery, just like that little tingle.
Yeah, yeah, like on the end of the incisor, and it's just like, and it's like it helps when I open cans.
Well, it seems like you guys have what you're looking for. Are you going anywhere else? Or are you calling it? Most people just get the one. I don't know.
Is that right?
I mean, yours is quite tiny.
Yeah,
I don't know if yours is gonna do anything.
I mean, I've had a hand in grabbing. I've had a hand in helping out with all 3 of yours. That's really all I could ask for, is to know that I was helpful enough.
Well, that's sweet.
I mainly want to go to the kitchens because I've never
Have you not?
seen a way into the kitchens.
Oh, I don't know how to get in there. I mean, I've never been in there either. Yeah.
Well, it's doesn't
Hayes
seem
walks
like it would
over
be
to
that
the
hard.
adjoining wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a or actually no, this is like a nice stainless steel wall.
Oh.
I just like walk up to it, or we all walk up to it. I imagine we're just kind of staring at the wall. Just. I wonder if it's this simple, and I snap my fingers and envision myself on the other side of the wall.
Give me a flight roll and go and add your magic die.
Oh, okay. That's a 14 plus 2, 16.
You are in the midst of a kitchen that looks like there's a tornado going on in here. As there is,
I just click my finger, I'm on the other side of the wall, and then just suddenly just
a tornado of things.
Just tap from Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
As there is,
That's a crazy hullabaloo going on in here. It's just like
Hayes walks up to the wall, illusions a door, and then turns the handle and
illusions a door. That's good.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have. All right, I will have to look at it really quick.
Oh
'cause
my
you
God.
picked something for this, right? You are like studied or trained in illusions.
Yeah, I'm studying specifically. I'm studied in illusions. That is one of my strengths. And
Okay.
then like one of my like motivations is basically I want to become an illusions teacher.
All right, so give me a charm roll, add your magic die, and add 3 on top of it.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's what the
Wow.
studied in strength like.
Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
So 17 18 19 20 21.
20.
Wow.
You tell me what kind of door this is that you just made.
Damn.
You just see as Hayes walks up to it, puts their hands on their hips for a second and thinks, and then just reaches their hand out as they grab out of nowhere the handle of the wrought iron handle of this door that's mahogany with the intricate vine willow work of wrought iron door with that's meant to look like willow willow branches and willow leaves as they turn the handle and open the door.
I love that so much.
That is amazing.
And everyone else can follow suit through this door as you see this very tall, like 6'6", 6'7", string bean of an elf just running around the kitchen, throwing non-food into a pot on the stove, just grabbing like spoons and spatulas and anything they can into this pot on the stove. And Dippy, you would just hear a voice being like, all right, now that one. Don't forget the turner. All right, now the pots and the pans. Oh, that big ass glass. I like that one. You would hear that coming from somewhere in the room, Dippy, as he's not here, but I know he can hear me because of wireless headphones.
Hayes walks through, leaving the door open for Ren and Abigail if they want to come.
Abigail stays back.
Door. Okay.
Abigail starts bottling this potion.
Oh, okay, cool.
There's a lot of it here, so she starts bottling it to preserve for later.
As they stick their head in the door, and as they're observing this chaos, they kind of stop. You know how canines and foxes tilt their head in curiosity?
Yes.
Same thing. What exactly are you doing?
I'm making chili.
Seems like an awful lot of
With all
hoopla to
of the
make a bowl of
plastic
chili, right?
I don't know. I'm just listening to the recipe.
I'm pretty sure you need edible ingredients.
I'm just listening to the recipe. And he points to like a list on the wall as he says that, and then keeps throwing random stuff in.
Yep.
Speaking of food,
Oh.
Oh,
that looks good.
I'm always so jealous whenever, like, because every once in a while it's just like, boom, food appears, like,
food appears.
and a drink.
Just magically appearing.
Give it one more minute and I'll have food too.
So this is love.
So this is love.
The list, the recipe that he pointed to is just the inventory list of the kitchen.
That's
the look of
funny.
confusion across their face is just. I don't think that's what that is.
I'm just trying to make some
using
chili.
that list. I don't think that list is what you think it is.
Well,
How'd you get in?
through the door.
There's
They
not a
point
door.
to the
There's
door.
a door.
There is now.
There's this beautiful wrought iron
This-
door in the wall now.
This ghost immediately like floats up and jumps in the pot and just has his eyes sticking up, being like, "There's a door. There's a door in my kitchen. There's a door in my kitchen."
Do you not want the door in your kitchen?
I'm not used to people being able to come in my kitchen.
Would you like help?
Yeah, I would love that. If you want to stir, well, no, wait, I'm in here now. And he pulls out one of the spoons and just starts mixing himself.
Oh my god.
Yes.
I got this covered.
Why don't we start from scratch?
Oh, okay. And he climbs out of the pot. Anyone who like wants to notice, or I guess you all would notice, for everything he was throwing in this pot, there is nothing in there. It is completely empty.
And it like reappears on the wall after
No.
like a... Oh.
Now, what kind of chili were you trying to make?
That one. And he just points to the list. I'm not picky. Obviously, I'm not a picky eater. I mean, you guys saw the things I can make. And he points towards the direction of the grand hall.
Do you make ribs still on the counter that nobody asked for?
Hayes tries something, and they just think about a bowl of chili, or they think about chili inside of the pot.
The ghost immediately walks over and just goes, "Got it," and points his finger at it, and chili fills the pot.
I think you
And
made
he's-
chili.
Yeah, it's not the same though. I didn't like.
Okay.
I don't get to make it. I don't get to. And like you see, like he is really struggling for words right now. He's kind of. The best way I can say it is like it looks like you're talking to someone who like has missing vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
You know how to make it with magic, but you want to make it
I mean, I can make anything
ingredient
with
by
magic.
ingredient. Well, like ingredient by ingredient.
I mean, yeah, that sounds nice. Yeah, I can make it. I can make anything with magic, and all of a sudden, like the table in front of you has like just an assortment of like different ingredients and food. It's just the entire McDonald's menu. Let's be real.
Making a gourmet meal from a McRib.
The Arby's menu.
This is all the underclassmen ask for. You know how many Big Macs I have made this year?
Oh,
Far,
Hmm.
far too many.
Too many.
I don't even know if I want to know
Well-
the right number for that.
Well,
Let's think
when
about what goes into chili.
when a
Well, no, we
typical
don't. It doesn't.
when a typical student moves into a new magical life, they tend to stick to what's comfortable for them first.
You know what? That's fair. All right. I'm sorry for being so mean. You're right. We don't. It doesn't have to be. And he like locks eyes with Hazel, like pure dead center. He's like, "What's your favorite food?"
Cranberry orange scones.
Ooh. And you see his hand like whip and no food come up. He's like, I don't feel like it'll be the same if I just, you know what I mean? Or like, and he looks over at Leaf. What's your favorite food?
Well, there was this pine needle tea that my old tribe mother would make for us on a long hike's journey. It would really reinvigorate the soul and prepare us for the rest of the journey ahead.
That little voice you were hearing earlier just goes, "Tea's not food. Did you eat the tea?"
I mean, you can freeze tea and then
He like conjures up. He conjures up an image of the tea. So he like will like hold out a little like cloud in his hand that he can like project images onto, like a memory
Okay.
bubble.
Yeah.
And inside the memory bubble, you see Leaf with a cup in his hand with hot water, pine needles, acorns, and pine needles.
he just takes a whole
Acorns.
bite out of the cup.
Yeah.
The ceramic cup.
No, not a ceramic cup, a wooden cup.
Ceramic, yeah, a wooden cup just eats the whole entire
And he just
thing.
like looks down at it, licks his lips, and then like crunches down a bite of the cup, the needles, the acorn, and the hot water inside. The hot water spills out of the cup, but he doesn't care. He's eating like this like a heavy crunching noise, and in the memory bubble you see one of his teeth fall out, and that's like one of the first ones that fell out. And he has been starting to replace.
so much about you just now.
As did I.
We are a
The little voice goes, "My bad."
and I just remembered like that the voice is the one who asked, and then I conjured the memory bubble for everybody else who couldn't hear the voice. So
Did they just get that?
they just get that. And I'm like, oh, sorry, the voice told me that tea wasn't food. I had to prove her wrong.
What voice?
And you see Leaf just like sipping on a bowl of soup that he's just conjured while he's in here. Just, good soup. And she, you said what voice? I was like, the voice. You can't all hear that?
I can. The chef goes, I hear. It's my little ghosty friend around here somewhere, and he like leans down, just, and then out from underneath the stove just crawls a little tabby cat, just kind of stretching out and whatnot. He's like, and Dippy, you would hear, and like, or Leaf would hear in his head, just like, it was so warm under there. What do you want? Like,
Well, I want to help.
Ren, what's your favorite food?
Well, just reach into my bag and I just pulled up one of the biscuits.
oh.
Is it chicken
I
noodle
like the
soup here? I'm
biscuit.
sorry, I had a lot of the bowl already.
I like the
I
biscuit.
had a lot of the bowl as he's eating the ceramic.
Eating the bowl.
Yeah, it's just after he slurps, just
I thought it was a bread bowl.
like an ice cream cone where you get some of the ice cream and then you bite the cone. It's just the ceramic bowl he's slurping out of.
This tall elf in front of you just goes, I just really liked a good PB&J. For all the weird shit I can cook, I just really liked a good PB&J.
Is there like food in this kitchen? Like
There's he conjured up so much food on the table in his
That's right.
brand.
Hayes just walks over and starts making a PB&J and hands it to him.
He immediately takes a bite and just goes, this is great, and starts fading away.
Oh my god.
I told you, all these are gonna be just real quick mini missions. Yeah, he's like, this is real great. But the cat is still on the ground at this time,
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and the cat's just staring. Where'd he go? It's not how I go with him. I'm not doing the cat. I go with him. That's normally how it goes. Hello?
Hayes hands the cat a piece of fish.
the cat just goes away too.
there you go.
Oh, okay. And on the ground is silver coin with a crooked cat tail on the emblem of the school.
Wonderful. Well done.
Yeah, and they pick up the coin, kind of brush it off, I'm sure, from the soot on the floor. That was far more interesting than I thought it would be.
As he finishes the soup and it's just like,
Don't eat any more of the bowl, please.
Please,
oh,
please.
what?
Not
I know
good
that.
that's not good
Okay,
for you.
okay. I know that I revealed a memory where I ate my cups and bowls, but I know the difference between edible and inedible. Please give me a little bit of credit. And you see like
Why
a
is there a
dangling
bite
piece. You see like a dangling piece of like a wooden spoon just hanging out of his mouth. And he's just like,
You have... Never mind.
and the bowl is still there intact. Like he
Yeah.
sipped out of it and everything, but he ate the spoon. It was a wooden spoon.
This is the point of the one shot, because I'll be real, I wrote this and I made it like open to a point where I'm like, I don't know where to end it.
Right.
So it is purely up to you guys to just make the call whenever you are ready, and whether it's now or if
Well-
you want to explore more, it is purely up to you guys when you want to say,
Yeah.
I'm ready to call tonight, I'm going to turn myself in.
Well, I can't think of a more fun birthday than the one I've just had. Thank you, guys. To you, Hayes, and to you, Ren. You really were some of the best company I could have had. Now I'm gonna go see if Abigail has anything else she wants to talk about.
And like step back through the wrought iron door. And whether intentionally or not, I like to imagine that some of the magic rubs off and the door starts to disappear as he walks through it.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Like,
Absolutely.
We
Yes.
should probably go.
Yeah, we're gonna
As
get
Hayes
stuck in
like
the kitchen.
runs for the door.
it's just at the
Yeah. As you go back into the potions room, Abigail is asleep with her head right on the potion, just tuckered herself out, absolutely exhausted.
Oh.
Hmm.
Well,
I think I can take this one back to the dorms. And I just like
kind of come up behind her and like reach around, scoop her up into a fireman's carry over my shoulder.
I'm just like, you guys have a wonderful night. I'm gonna take us two to retire for the night.
Good night.
And I just like
Heavy footsteps out the potion door with Abigail over my shoulder.
Yep.
And just like the pot of the rest of the potion in my other hand,
Okay.
just
Yeah.
down the hall to the staff.
Hayes looks at Rin.
disappearing into the hallway in the night.
Are you going to explore more, or are you off to bed?
There might have been one room that I was kind of curious about after seeing those other ghosts. Just a little curious.
And which
What
one
do
was
you-
that?
The dueling room. Kind of curious about that, but I don't know.
We can go that way. As Hayes starts leading the way.
Just for a quick peek, maybe.
So walking through, the commotion that was the castle has very much died down. It is still low mumblings and whatnot, but is not nearly as loud or hectic as it used to be. Entering the dueling room, it is just this very long, vast room that you've all been in many times. There is like standard dueling tournaments that happen once a month in the school. Everyone is pretty apt at being able to fight without getting hurt. You know, the dueling room has this kind of sanctuary spell on it that, like, it'll hurt. No matter what happens, you're gonna get hurt, but nothing is gonna get broken. No one's gonna die. And then on
Nothing
the ground,
serious.
nothing serious. It's what you commonly know as the dueling room. And in the middle of the ground is one of the students from earlier, Alexander. He's a bigger orcish student, same age as you, Ren. On the ground with a broken leg, passed out. You can see this through the doorway before entering.
Oh my. I'm going into the dueling room to check on him.
Entering the dueling room, you hear a booming, deep voice as you just hear, yet another one come to face Emberforge. For some great honor that ghosts tend to leave, left to perish. Are you next?
First off, I was gonna check on him.
Oh, he's fine. He just lost.
Hayes walks into the room.
Another one. Come to duel Emberforge.
Does this name mean anything to me?
Yes, Ember Forge is the last name of the founders of the school.
Oh,
Oh.
Do you wish to duel the great Ember Forge? Now looking at Hayes, now that Rin said that, they are just checking on the student. Oh.
Hayes looks.
I was going to say, also you see a massive dire wolf just circling the very elongated room.
Okay.
Hayes looks at
I was
Alexander
extremely happy for
and
him, and I
Ren.
can't say that.
Forgot I was the one sharing audio? Please ignore.
Mm-hmm.
They
I'm gonna go at least, like, to get the other student off the dueling platform.
I will not harm you unless you consent to a duel. You can by all means escort him out.
I'll at least get him out before anything.
Yeah, Hayes will consent to a duel.
Oh, okay.
I've got a cat
He-
somewhere above me, so if you see something fall on
Yes.
top of me here in about 10 seconds, that would be one of the cats.
So, all combat done in Kids on Brooms is contesting rolls. It is just straight roll-offs. If you put flair on it anyway, of I'm casting a spell of some sort and it does this effect, that will change the kind of roll you're doing, but it boils down to contested rolls. As the room lights up with bright, high burning candles, as he says, well, take your marks. As he points to the other end of the dueling hallway as he walks towards the opposite.
Yeah, Hayes takes their place, making sure that Ren and Alexander are clear.
Yeah, you're able to easily get him out of there, and the second you leave the dueling room, the kid pops back up. His leg is perfectly fine. He's like, that was wild. What? That felt dirty. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Thanks.
Of course.
I will leave it up to you if he gets the jump. The second you turn, he is going to start casting spells. I don't know if that's something your character will also do as well.
Wow.
Given the fact that Hayes is a kitsune, they're already, as they're walking back, getting ready for a little bit of an illusion.
Okay.
I want to do like a single mirror image where Hayes is like 5 feet to the left of where they're actually standing.
I love that. Go ahead and we can start give me a illusion would be charm rolls, and go ahead and add the +3 as well because of your strength.
Plus the magic.
Yes,
die?
plus the magic die. Yes.
So that is a 2 plus 14, 15, 16, 17.
17. Okay. He is none the wiser that you are projecting an image. As you start to turn around, he is going to whip his hand and call his broom towards him, and is going to pass through your illusion. He was going to try and trip you up, but you are just able to subdue that as he grabs his broom and heads straight up and tries to cast something else down. If you can give me a fight roll.
A fight roll, okay.
Yes.
Now I'm just watching this cool duel.
Okay, that is a 5.
That's a 5. So go ahead and add, or before I tell you how many diversity tokens you add, or adversity, are you wanting to add any to the roll?
Wait, you said this is fight. So that's
Fight.
+1.
Yes, so 6.
So 6. I'm gonna go ahead and add 2 adversity tokens to the roll.
All right. So you brought that from a critical failure to just a failure. So
Great.
yes, go ahead and add a adversity tokens to your pool as he immediately casts down, and you feel yourself becoming a little bit sunk into the floor. He was able to find his mark after the first initial sweep failure, and you feel your feet slowly getting sucked into the ground like you're getting stuck in concrete, and your feet are enveloped by the stone around you.
Okay. Can I use my familiar?
Yes. I will say you have him for another couple minutes. I know I said 5 minutes. That was just kind of on the top of my head. Yeah, by all means, you have him for a little bit.
Well, I hadn't summoned him yet.
Oh, no, you hadn't. So yeah, you have 5 minutes with your familiar. Yeah. Which is combat. That's lasts forever.
Yeah. So I kind of want to do. You can tell me if I need to take 2 turns to do this. I want to make the room dark and then send my familiar to go speak with my voice in another corner.
Oh no, you can do that all in one turn because that's your familiar doing something, and then you.
Yeah.
Turning everything dark would be. It's a very. I want to say it's an easy roll. That also I think would just be. Are you turning off the can? We'll just do it a charm roll. We'll just charm roll. Yeah.
I'm illusioning here. I'm
Yes,
trying to spin everything as illusion. I am an illusionist.
Yes. Charm roll. Add the +3. Add your magic die.
Okay. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
He rolled a 3, so this man is fucking blind. You've immediately thrown him off, and he hears your voice coming from the other end of the room. He's like, what the? And he is going to cast. I will say that doesn't even have to be congested because of how low he got. He whips like a beam of fire towards where he hears the voice, and he's able to see the room light up a bit, but unable to see where you're standing though.
Okay.
It is also dark for you. I will say that, but by all means.
But the basic I want to try to do is have my familiar move and try to lure him basically into flying into a wall.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So if I have to taunt him and be cheeky.
Yeah, I would say. Man, I feel bad throwing all these charm rolls at you, but it's like what you're doing.
That's
like,
exactly what I'm doing. That is exactly what I built this character.
It feels, that's another charm roll of like, can you talk enough shit to get him to charge? He's gonna roll something.
So from the corner, just trying to like get my familiar into the corner and talk at the same time. You know, I was told so much about this school, but I'm just not seeing it from you. I don't see what all the hype of the founders were. I've yet to be impressed, honestly.
Little bit of like just world building and whatnot. You wouldn't know a lot about him. His sister was the founder, and he was just tagging along. Like,
oh, okay, then yeah, and in that case, in that case, you know, I've heard so much about your sister, but oddly enough, nothing was mentioned about you, and I'm starting to see why.
I put my blood, sweat, and tears into here. I built it with my hand. She may have done the magic and the curriculum, but like somebody actually needed to build the building. Whack. Right into the wall. He goes. And you hear just the thud and then the flop on the ground. And you hear, all right. Okay. I'm not down and out, but I'm not doing great. As you start to hear the growl of the dire wolf creeping towards you.
Oh shit.
And I'll leave it up to you. There's no real initiative or whatnot. It's just what you're trying to do.
The growl of the dire wolf.
Creeping closer.
Creeping closer.
Yes.
I am going to try to move back and off to the side a bit. I'm not quite sure exactly where I'm positioned in the room, and I made it completely dark.
Yes.
So back and off to the side.
Mm-hmm. Your feet are no longer stuck, by the way.
Okay.
When he hit the wall, he wasn't able to like concentrate on that spelling.
Yeah. And with the dire wolf coming towards me, I heard where he was. Yes.
Yes.
Again, I want to try to trick the dire wolf into attacking him. So I'm gonna move and say, and call it the fox in me, but wolves are such inelegant creatures. Haven't you all noticed? And just trying to like anger the dire wolf a bit.
Okay. Give me a fight roll.
Okay, great. Yes. Sorry.
You good?
The dice exploded.
Oh shit.
Oh.
That's 6 plus 5 plus 1, so that is 12.
12. I built one character for this, and it was him because I knew I would have combat. He is rolling shit. This wolf, you hear the wolf lunge, and it is very like just a foot away from you, but it misses. It does not catch you in time. Dippy, if you want to stop sharing music, it's okay, so you can watch a video. I know you were okay.
No. I keep letting it slip my mind because I'm not here anymore. I'm just not like I intentionally walked out. So like I keep wanting to go back to my autopilot and it's interfere with the thing, yeah.
As the wolf hits the wall, you hear Ember Forge just go, "Well, no, I don't. No, okay, I draw. I don't want him hurt. I don't need him hurt. I like him." As he whips all the lights back on.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I can't. I hate to burst your bubble. I can't go to the other side. I'm stuck here. I'm not like the rest, but thanks for the duel.
Why can't you move on?
I can't move on until my sister moves on.
And where's your sister?
She's in the staff room and she refuses. She likes to catch up with whoever's the headmaster and talk about like where the school's going, and like she's still like kind of a role in the building.
So she's refusing to move on, so you can't move on?
Yeah, we're tethered.
That seems counterintuitive.
Trust me, I know. I wouldn't have fucking given my life for her if I knew I'd get stuck here.
Hayes sticks their head outside looking at Ren. How do you feel about a chat with the former headmaster?
Why not?
They stick their head back in, look at him, and go, I'll work on it.
Oh, okay. Dippy, apparently this is going on longer. Do we want to find a way for you to come back, or you just want to chill? No, it's all good. Dippy.
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 Dippy, you have
Dippy.
on. Dippy.
Dippy!
What? What's going on? What?
He's doing his
Where?
Duolingo.
Where? No, I didn't do my Duolingo. In fact, wait,
They
did
found
I even
more
do it
things
today?
they want to do,
Oh, no,
so
I
I was
did.
saying, do you want to try to come back in?
Okay,
Or
so
you
let me tell
beat,
you what
like, you
happened. So let me tell you what
Okay.
happened then. Leaf.
It's okay if you want to call it a night, Dippy, by the way.
Yeah.
You're tired. You've been yawning this whole time. Like,
No, this is like the one part of the night that I haven't yawned at all. And there I
that's
go.
Yeah, you thought about it. Yep, there you go.
I think it's the voice
damn
that
it.
gets you to yawn.
You know, that's kind of it, actually. It feels like a very yawny voice. But no, here's what happened.
God damn it. All right, so here's what happened. So, Leaf, god damn you. Leaf brought Abigail back to Abigail's room. Not to Leaf's room, to Abigail's room.
yes.
And placed the armadillo coin under her pillow. And just, like, gently patted her on the head. And I said,
I have a distinct feeling that since they didn't call it a night, they're going to be in need of some more help. I'll be back later. And, like, closes the door behind him, goes back out into the hallway to see if he can
There's a
do
sound of-
okay.
That's when you hear the thunk of something hitting the wall.
Oh, there it is.
and I, like, follow over the noise.
And I'll say you catch up right at the end of the duel where you're given the information of like, yeah, I'm tethered. I gave my life for my sister, and now we're kind of just like linked.
Hmm.
Ugh.
And I'm here. What's going on?
To the staff room.
Oh, well,
Staff room.
should be easy enough, and I am part of staff after all. As are you, Hayes.
And I just, like,
The urge
head
to
over
be
there.
snarky. Oh, really? I didn't notice.
It's really hard to notice that kind of thing. Or it's really hard to not notice that kind of thing. Unless you're an imposter, of course.
Rin's just like, why am I here?
Yeah.
So on the way to the staff room, even less and less commotion. It is wrapping up for the Halloween night. Daybreak is happening in the near-ish. Time is weird.
Mhm.
And the staff room's another one of these rooms without doors. Staff are able to just pass through the wall. You can just go. Ren, you're gonna have to figure something out, or is anyone who might be able to help them.
I put a hand on Ren's shoulder and just click my fingers with the other hand to pop through the wall.
Perfect. Yeah, I won't even say you have to roll for it because it's like your staff room. Like,
Mm-hmm.
in the
Just do it
staff.
in the staff room. Yeah.
It's
the
not
staff
as
room-
romantic as you think it is. Or it's not as, what's the word?
What?
It's not as glamorous as you think it is. That's the word I was trying to think of.
Dippy, what have you been reading?
What were you? What were you
The
watching on
gentle
your
caress,
phone?
the gentle caress of her touch was enough to warm a summer's day.
Leaf just reading the smut from the Crossroads.
Oh,
There was a smut book that
there's
that
a
12.
story
I'll
behind that one.
have to see what's going on with that campaign now.
Yeah, there
Oh,
was a
it's great.
smut book that 12 started
They
reading in
gave the
Cross.
virgin smut.
Yeah.
Now I'm intrigued.
And the cleric's been hitting on him the entire time. It's great.
It's great.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So the staff room, it changes its appearance quite a lot. It changes from like sleeping quarters for like those kind of like midday naps that are not frowned
Oh,
upon
yeah.
in this school,
Mhm.
to being more of like a lounge area, to being even like a little bit lively and having ping pong tables and pool tables. Today, it is just like, it looks like a diner from the 1950s, just chrome everywhere, the red leather seats, and in the middle of it is a chessboard where the current headmaster of the school, that all my notes are moved around, Stoneheart, and the founder of the school, her ghostly presence, Emberforge, don't remember what the fuck first name I gave her, Professor Emberforge, are locked in a chess game together, very silent.
Huh. Headmaster? Professor?
Ah, yes. Yeah, yes.
Well,
Have you been having fun on Halloween?
well, yes. All things considered. Excuse me, I will have to say, I can't remember a time where my birthday had such a lively activity tied to it.
Well, stick here and you'll have plenty more.
Actually, we've already helped out. 1, 2, 3. Does that count as half? 4, 5 spirits today.
Wow.
Yeah.
That might be a school record.
Well, I mean, we each have 1. Abigail got 1, 2. In fact, no, 5 would mean that one of you has 2.
I have 2.
Yeah, Hayes has 2.
Incredible.
God damn, it is the voice. It's the voice that makes me yawn. It's the
Yeah, because it's such a yawny voice.
Yeah.
Is there anything you're needing from me?
Well, apparently, the last
I kicked your brother's
spirit-
ass.
She looks up from the. Actually, no, she does not look up from the table. Just looking at the toast board, she goes, "He probably deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
Is he
Other-
picking fights again?"
Yes. It seems to make his time bearable. He's taking fights with students.
Bullying the children. What a great way to spend eternity.
Ah, yes. See, he did say something quite intriguing, though.
Yeah?
That he's rather tired.
All he can do is sleep. I don't know why the fuck he would be tired.
Well, it seems that he can move on because you haven't moved on.
I'm not done yet.
Well, that doesn't seem very fair.
in a moment where Leaf's voice transitions from this kind, gentle giant type, like, you know, just chilled out, to there's all of a sudden a very strong tone of disapproval in his voice, where he goes,
Well, that doesn't seem very fair.
She looks up from the table at you three, and she's like, why does it matter to you?
Well, we helped quite a few people move on today, and in the spirit of being helpful, we thought this would be an easy solution.
An easy solution. Tell me to give up my school, my pride and joy.
Well, not to give it up, but to pass it on to the next person in line, to entrust it to the willing and grateful hands who have been taking care of it in your very obvious and clearly celebrated absence.
I don't have much say what goes on anymore, so obviously I have entrusted it. It doesn't mean I don't want to keep an eye.
Well, you do have a point.
But
Why is there a student in here?
Because this is the one who has been helping us out with our festivities, and who has been, frankly, quite a kind soul to have for our merriment tonight.
She looks back down at the chessboard and just goes, Sable, just give them what they want and have them leave. And Sable, looking very upset, he's just like, yeah, yes, ma'am, yeah. And he gets up and goes to a drawer and pulls out a stack of silver coins. And just like, these are what you guys are looking for, right?
Wait.
No.
A minute.
I wouldn't say
No.
we're quite fully interested in that.
The
It's more
Mr.
so
Sable, if I may call you Mr. Sable, the reward was never part of the journey. It was a fun trinket to have at the end of the night, but it's part of the. It's not the grand scheme, is it?
helping us on.
Obviously, I agree with that sentiment, but not what most people are looking for. And he leaves the massive, probably like 12 coins stacked up on the table. As he sits down at his chessboard, he goes, trust me, guys, I have spoken to her. A lot of people have tried. I haven't been able to find what can get her to move along. And
I look down at the
she-
chess game. I examine the chess game.
It is unlike any other chess game you have seen before. There is like
There are 12 rooks.
there are 12 rooks. No, actually kind of. There's like 4 different white knights that are all moving simultaneously. There is like a pawn that has a little ramp climbing up over one of the castles. And it seems like this is some weird version of chess that they are playing that you have never
Wait,
seen.
wait, wait.
Ah,
Are they playing 4-dimensional chess?
In a way, actually, yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm a Star Trek nerd.
No, you're good. You're
That's
good.
a thing.
I did not know that. I'll just say over table. This is like chess that has been going on for centuries. This is a game
Yeah.
that has never been completed.
Yeah. And I
Mhm.
intend to remedy that. And I look at the board. I will make a whatever roll I need to make.
Brains
Oh,
roll? It's chess. That's a brains roll.
Yeah, that's a brains roll.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a brains roll.
That
Or
exploded.
fight. I could. Oh, never mind. Okay.
That okay. I will take. I'll hop on my broom to kind of hover over the
Okay,
board
yes.
to get a bird's eye
Yeah,
view.
get a vantage point.
make-
I'll allow it. Yeah.
Make the brains roll. It exploded. Then I rolled and it got a 5, so that's an 11 plus 5. Or no, not 11 plus 5. That's 6 plus 5 is 11. And I will add all 5 of my adversity tokens to turn 11 into 21.
On a 21, you're able to like see like this weird maneuver that the queen can like zigzag through a couple different spots and slides up right near her king. And she goes, it's not that simple. And her king disappears off the table. I'm not closured by a chess game. I just do this because the new headmaster isn't the most talkative type. And the headmaster immediately beams up. I think you're a prick. That's why. I just don't like you. And she's like, I know. I understand.
Then why are you here?
Who are you saying this to?
What's her name?
Emberforge?
Yes,
Emberforge.
Professor Emberforge.
She perks up. She's like, I don't like not knowing that the school is advancing. I don't like not knowing that whatever's going on out in the world isn't also happening here.
But aren't you missing what's going on out there?
Yes, that's why I talk to them every year. And he,
No, they mean it. They mean it as what comes after.
Oh, I don't know what's after. That doesn't concern me. I'm with the now. That's
Are
the
you sure?
I don't
So the ambiguity of knowledge of what is in the here and now is more intriguing to you than the possibility of endlessness in the afterlife?
fuck. I don't know if this is Dippy knowing my brain or just fucking being really honed in. Both of you give me charm rolls, please.
I will gladly give you a charm roll.
My charm is
Yes.
a D10. I need to find a D10. There
Friends
it
just
is.
like, okay, this is like adult stuff.
That's a 10. That explodes.
Oh.
That's
You're getting a
6.
philosophy lesson.
I feel pretty much.
So
like,
that is.
And all of a sudden it goes, is this what my philosophy teacher meant?
Excuse me. That's 16. That's 16
I was so
charm.
close to an explosion. I want
Oh,
you
no.
to know. I was so close. Anyway, 18.
18. All right, so 16 and 18. That's high enough that you have her like flabbergasted. She's like, "Well, no, it's not. I
I feel like you're missing an incredible learning opportunity.
what's the point of a learning opportunity if I can't teach it?
Who said you couldn't?
Nobody else had. Look at all those." And she points to the stack of coins. She's like, "We have yet to see any. They're gone."
Doesn't that mean that their lesson
now.
was already taught?
If we don't know what's on the other side, that lesson hasn't been taught.
But
Well, maybe it's a lesson that doesn't need to be taught. It's a lesson that everybody will learn in their due time. And once they learn it, they will experience the true paradise that is the end of everything.
Well, then who's to you to say that it's my time?
Well,
only you can.
And I'm saying it's not.
You see, the thing about life is that no one actually makes it out alive.
the eternity seems like it would be boring after a while. I cannot imagine how many sunsets you've missed, how many trees you haven't seen bloom, how many rain showers you haven't stood out in the middle of. I can also imagine how long you have taken to perfect your afterlife, to no avail, because you missed it.
She just kind of vanishes from her seat and appears next to Ren. Fucking A. Dyslexia.
Ren.
Ren. And goes, "What do you think of all this?"
I mean, if you do choose and say it's not your time, I mean, you wouldn't have to go. But why be stuck here when you could possibly be in paradise or somewhere different where you might be missing incredible things happening and you're just stuck here? I mean, if given the opportunity to see incredible things, I wouldn't want to be stuck here missing that.
She slowly walks back over to the table to the headmaster and goes, "Are a lot of the students like that?" And the headmaster just kind of like smiles and goes, "A lot of them are bright. Not as many are as bright as them, though." And she looks down. She's like, "Okay. You're raising good students." And sits back down in the chair. Her king appears back on the board. And she goes, "By the way, you're shit at chess." Moves a piece, and the game evaporates with her. Sitting on the table is a coin with a phoenix on one side and the skull on the other. Actually, his coin would be there as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is the brother's coin there too?
His coin would be there as well. The dire wolf on one side. As the headmaster looks up and goes, I, if it's okay with you, would like to keep these.
I got my penny. Here, and I hand it to...
If you are leaving the night without one, I have a special one you can have.
Oh, I couldn't impose, but...
You're not imposing. You've done a lot of work. It's okay if the reward wasn't the goal and you still end up with one. And he goes through the pile looking at all the different animals and symbols until he finds one. He's like, we had one very unique teacher who passed away long ago and was my first that I was able to help move on. As you can see, I've made a little bit of a hobby of it. And he hands you a coin that just has a leaf on it. He turned into a tree when he got scared. It was quite funny to see in the moment.
Now that one...
Quite a defense mechanism.
That feels... that feels right. And I kind of place it to my heart.
I would get some sleep if I were you. It's been quite a long night.
Yeah, and all this running around and adventuring has really tuckered me out. I can't imagine you doing this every Halloween.
That stacks just from this year.
Ooh, wow.
Hayes, is Ren going to bed too?
She's probably gonna call it a night, yeah.
Hayes grins very slyly and looks to the headmaster and goes, do you care if I round up the remaining students back to their dorms?
I think it would be best for them to call it a night as well.
Do you care how I do it?
Are they gonna get hurt?
No.
Oh my god, the students got one, by the way. Finally. Jesus.
And there
Oh my
you go.
gosh, yeah, let's go.
Down the hall, you just hear, yeah!
You immediately hear a bunch of brooms flying around out, like, the outside of the castle. As, like, 6 different students are arguing who gets to keep one coin.
Hayes would like to kind of turn into a hybrid form a little bit with 2 foxtails and go,
Yes.
I'm going to scare the shit out of the kids.
The headmaster grows very long horns on his head that curl, and he's like, oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, wait. Oh, no.
He's a goat, by the way.
As they
He's a
two
goat?
run off.
Okay.
Oh my
Based on
god.
what y'all's little plan is to get everybody back into the dorms. My mom was talking to me.
Them two run off. And it's just kind of Leaf and Ren.
Yes, so you see Hayes kind of shift and morph, and all of a sudden they're normal size, but they're very like lycanthrope fox with 2 tails.
Yes. I
Looking
love
back
that
and
so
forth.
much.
Aww. I love that. That's awesome.
They're a kitsune, so they've got actually more than 1 tail.
Yes. You are easily able to scare the fuck out of these students.
Woohoo!
The first one you see immediately is like, okay, how do you move on? Don't eat me. I don't. He runs off to his door. As the night comes to an end, it is very quiet amongst the school. All right, so Dippy has the tree coin and the little penny from the janitor.
The little ant penny, yeah.
and Penny. Oh, wrong button. Rin got
I think I have only the eye one from
The
us
eye,
helping
right?
the
Yes.
the telescope. Yeah.
and then Stealthy got the cook that had the
Mhm.
cat,
Mm-hmm.
and you got one other.
The
I got a moth.
The moth.
The moth.
Yeah.
The moth.
Oh, I thought I
Oh,
handed
the mushroom. It has a little
Yeah,
mushroom on it, right?
The mushroom.
Yeah. That one had a mushroom
Coin.
on it, if I'm correctly.
Oh, that one, the moth did have a mushroom on it.
I thought
Right.
the
Oh,
moth
okay.
one. I thought the moth one I handed to Ren. Did I not? Oh.
You might have handed
No,
it to
'cause
Rin.
I
I think Rin
picked it
handed
up.
it to
And then yeah, I handed
And
it
then
to
Ren handed it to Hayes. Okay.
So the question is, who puts coins under their pillow that night?
I do.
Oh yeah, and the
Well-
armadillo one I gave to Abigail. That's right.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. So
And you put that under her pillow.
yes, I will definitely place the tree under mine.
Does Rin?
No,
No? Okay.
no. She's just gonna keep it as is.
That night is the most slumber of sleep all of you have gotten. Yes, just absolutely exhausted and beat. That next morning, Leaf and Haze, you're waking up feeling incredible. Really, that next afternoon, you stayed up all
Yeah.
night. I'll run through it really quick as just game mechanics. In case these characters ever are to be seen again. I'm not sure. You can add it wherever you want, maybe under the strengths in the character sheets.
Mm-hmm.
Dippy,
Yes.
Leaf, has found that he can turn his skin hard as bark on command.
Bark skin.
And your talking to animals and whatnot has now extended to be able to like read their minds as well. If you focus on an animal, you can sense and read their minds.
Telepathically.
Yes. And Haze, waking up, you feel incredible. Just so limber and strong. You are going to add a +2 to your flight.
Oh, cool.
What is?
Oh, wow.
What does bark skin grant?
When you have bark skin, it will give you a +5 to grit.
Oh.
Ooh, dang.
It is something you can turn on and off. If this comes up again, we'll talk mechanic of it more later. But yes, when you have it on, it will be +5 to grit.
I gotcha. I already added it.
Yep. And then you also, Haze, feel very like the sun, it's not bothering you, but you wish it was dark and it was night. And you can sense, so I don't know how to DM it. We'll figure out the narratively how it goes later. You can teleport 5 feet within dark spaces.
I have Shadow Step.
Shadow step, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And Chaos, you have a cool coin.
Yeah.
You have
Yes.
a very pretty coin.
Yeah, Ren
keep-
was doing
Abigail.
it more so just for
Keep-
the help.
Keeping this
No.
coin on you gives you a +1 to all charm rolls.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Abigail,
I go check on
Wakes
Abigail
up.
in the morning.
Abigail is already awake and she is drinking her coffee and she's like, "Can you try this? This is very odd coffee to me."
Sure, I'll give it a whack. And
You drink it and you feel revitalized. You feel just incredible. This is the best fucking coffee you've ever had. She has like a Midas touch when it comes to liquids that she can imbue some magic into it now, whether it's healing potions or potions of waking
because
or
of the
sleeping
armadillo.
because of the potions overall.
Well, yeah.
She was dealing with a potions master.
Well, yeah. That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So, and on that, that has been the Ghosts of Calm. Kids on Brooms, Halloween one-shots, brought to you by Anipod.
Woo!
Very
Um,
good stuff.
Woo!
Thank you guys
Round of
so much
applause
for playing.
Dadley. Just
Oh,
well
thank you.
done. Well done. So
I like the system a lot.
it's
I
such a
love
good
Kids
system.
on Brooms. Yeah.
Such a
Fun.
good system. Thus concludes yet
Dapper
another
Ween.
year of Dapper Ween. And we will come back next week with, it was going to be something, now it's something else. I don't know what. This is the part of the year where
Fall time.
we had
Fall
two
time on
Oh,
Anytime.
Yeah,
we
fall
were
time.
still talking. Actually, Stealthy, if you're still down, we were still talking about doing like a DM style podcast, like a
Yeah.
DM's roundtable of just, if you're down, Stealthy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll do. It's a D&D podcast. We're gonna be talking
Yeah.
tabletop and whatnot, just kind of shooting the shit about what we like, what we don't like, what we want to be happening. In
the return
D&D.
of, oh god, the return of whatever it was that Ace did. DM Junkies.
DM junkies.
Yeah.
I like DM roundtable a lot.
DM round
Yeah, I
table.
like DM Roundtable.
Yeah, I do too.
Just
But it's like
shooting the shit.
just speaking as like this is a show that was on Anipod years and years ago that I
DM
recorded an
Junkies,
episode
yes.
that I recorded an episode of and never got posted to the channel because the audio recording fucked up. I don't.
You recorded.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Gross.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
My internet. I'm
Oh, you're
good.
back.
I'm
You're
good.
back.
Let's
You're
end
good.
it quick before it goes up again, though.
Yes.
So, thank you all so much for watching this episode of the Dapper Ds. We'll be back next week with the Dapper DMs Roundtable. And this is the part of the year that we had 2 months fully scheduled out in advance. Now we don't. We kind
gotta
of
redo that.
we're gonna figure
do some
out
housekeeping.
we're gonna figure out the next 2 months for you. But until then, I've been Dippy, otherwise known as Leaf.
I've been Dadley, otherwise known as all the names other you heard.
I've been Lost Chaos.
I have been Stealthy Chaos.
And until next time, your adventure matters. Roll your initiative and stay dapper. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.